Hi, and welcome to Tuesday's Tips with Laurie. Today, I am so excited to show you a couple of different techniques that we can use or tips that you can use when you're making your bench buddies. These are so much fun. So to start with, I want to show you May's bench buddies. This is the embroidered version of the May bench buddy. We have both the square and the rectangle. These are so cute. Aren't these just fun? Delight in the little things and how cute that is with the little frog. And we love that it's adorned with this cute little rickrack at the bottom, just representing some grass. And then right around here, this is a flange border. So each one of these has something fun and unique about each one of the Bench Buddies sets. So this is in the May version of the embroidered, and I'm going to show you the sewing version. Look how sweet. This is just so much fun, and these were so fun to make. Just easy to do and lots of fun. If you love needlework, you're gonna love doing these, especially this was my favorite one to do, these little flowers. So to make the flange border first, I'm gonna show you how to do that, and then I'm gonna show you some techniques on how to add that rickrack in. And this applies to both the sewing and the embroidered version. And I'm gonna show you how cute. This is the packaging for the embroidered and the packaging for the sewing, and they're so much fun. Aren't those cute? You can see a lot more of the different months, not just May, but you'll see May, June, July, and August. All comes in this fun kit on both of these. And also available so that you don't have to make your own pillow inserts. We actually have blanks that are available from Kimberbell. So check with your local quilt shop, and they will have these blanks that they can get through Kimberbell. And there's the 8x8 inch one, and there's a 5.5 by 9.5. And these fit just perfectly in every one of these designs. So ask your local quilt shop about those. So to get started, I'm going to show you how to make this fun the flange on the first pillow. And this is our 8x8 inch pillow insert form. But as you can see, this is a little bit bigger because of this flange piece. So what we'll do is you make your inside piece, and then you do add your borders on the tops and on the bottoms, or sides, and the top and bottom. And after you've added those, when you add the back piece, you add it so that it covers the entire back. And then when you flip it right side out, this is what you'll see. And I wanted to show you from the back because right here, this is the stitch that I'm going to show you that you're going to do. That's what creates the flange. So before you've sewn that, what I like to do is I come from the front and I just used, sometimes it's easy to find a stitch in the ditch, but you're worried about that line being a little bit wavy maybe, and not just being exactly straight, right stitching in the ditch. If you have a sewing machine that has the presser foot that does a stitch in the ditch, that's great, use that. But if you don't and you would like to, I just get a friction pin and a ruler, and I just trace my line right against that. And you can see that red line right there, then it's an easy stitch line to follow. And you would do that on all four sides of your pillow, your bench buddy, and you would just trace the line right in the ditch, and then you go and stitch right on that line, and it makes it a little bit easier to follow, because sometimes your eyes can deceive you and it looks like you're going onto this and you're like, oh, I don't want it to go on here, I want it to stay on the white. If you draw a line, it makes it much easier. So that's what I like to do, is just draw my line, and that makes that much easier. And then once you've stitched in the ditch, that's what gives it the flange look. So if you were to put your pillow in, you can see that this cute little flange then just appears. Doesn't that make it look so fun? It's just so cute. It just frames it really well. And then on the second technique, when you're adding in this rickrack, it can be tricky thinking, oh, how am I going to make it so it works just perfectly right along that particular stitch with just the right amount of rickrack popping out. And because you don't want any white little holes showing underneath that part of the rickrack. So this is great. This is great right here. So this is the way I would recommend doing this. So you're going to take your piece of rickrack, and you are going to first take a ruler, and you're going to measure 1/2 inch up from the bottom. And so right there would be my 1/2 inch line right there. And then I trace and I draw a line with with a friction pen again. I would recommend friction pen over a water soluble because once you've already got this finished, you don't really want to be water solubling and getting all of that out unless you're really got a great pen. That's great. I prefer the friction pen just because you can iron it right away. Then you take your rickrack and you're gonna lay it just right below that line. So every tip of that rickrack is gonna bump up against that line right there. And what I like to do is I like to take a 505 spray. You can use a fabric glue stick, would work just as good. And you just want to barely, and you could put a piece of paper behind that if you'd like, just enough to tack it down. So it's easily tacked down that way. That way it sticks. You can see it's gonna stay on there. You can take it to your sewing machine now and you're gonna stitch a scant 1/4 inch from this edge. So you just stitch your scant 1/4 inch and then it's attached to this piece right here. And then I just trim the edges. And once those edges are trimmed, you continue with your outside border pieces and it sews it in just like that for you. So that's just really simple, easy way to get that rickrack right where you want it to be. And then you just put your pillow in. And I love these are envelope closure style closures on the backs of all of these pillows. So you can just pop your pillow right in. It's super fun. Lots of fun awaits you if you just have a little look up here. Can you see up here? This is just so fun because this shows our July, our June, and our August pillows. So we look forward to seeing and post your pillows. When you've made, if you've gone out and got these and made your May or made your different months, please, I'd love to see what you've made.
So we have, Laurie, you're going to have to tell them all the fun you've been having. We had a couple people say how tan you look. So you have to tell them, what have you been doing?
So I love to fish, and I took my dad fishing down to Corpus Christi, Texas, and we went fishing for a week. And yes, it was a lot of fun. And when you're out in the water, you get a little bit tan or maybe a little sunburn. I'm not sure which.
We're glad you're back. We're glad you had fun.
It's good to be back, yes. So enjoy. Is there any other questions?
Let's see. Just, these are adorable. Can't wait to get my puppy.
Good.
How cute hanging with my buds. They are really.
These are just such fun sayings.
Yes.
Hanging with my buds. Oh, I love this. You guys are going to just love some of these. The pineapples, just so much fun. And there's a lot of fun embellishments. And we'll go over those another week, but lots of